Good afternoon, folks. Happy Easter to you. I am Sean in Alaska. And as alluded to in this post right here, you better run fast, Sean. The live will run without you. I uh, I realized this morning after I got up and I was being lazy and everything that I didn't have a clean pair of pants for work for Monday, which never happens to me because normally I do laundry on Monday. So I had to run to town, hit the laundromat up first thing this morning, and I'm like, I'm going live at 1 o'clock. Oh no. Luckily, no issues running into town and out of town. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Easter. As I usually do here, I like to say hello to everybody that leaves a comment. And if you've got a comment or a question that you really want me to see and I pass it over or I miss it, do me a favor and leave it again in all capital letters. And then that way I'll pick it out pretty easy because it kind of jumps up at me on the screen. And I'll make sure that your question is answered. With that said, let's move right along. Lipstick Lodge. How are you today? Good to see you. Curmudge Inn. How are you? Glad you could make it today. Oliver Jackson. Awesome that you could be here today. Happy Easter to you as well. Todd, how we doing, brother? Good to see you. JD, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're feeling better. I hope that that little fall is still not haunting you and chasing you. And yeah, we get older, we don't bounce anymore. I don't know what happens. You get to like, I don't know, 35, and the bounce effect goes completely out of our bodies. Joe, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. All right, glad I'm here on time as well. It would be very bad for me to be late to my own show. Ward, what's up? Good to see you, brother. I didn't get a text from you. I guess the 18-pack is still holding you over on the eggs. For the last couple of weeks, Ward sent me a text. Got eggs? And the last week it was, ask again. I go, oh, I got them sitting here for you, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it today. Lit Lodge wants to know, man, it's just a slow internet thing here today. Let me know, too, how the audio and the video is. Hopefully it's all coming across good. If I have an Easter bear or moose for dinner, no, I'm having an Easter cheeseburger for dinner. I got a great deal on some 80-20 ground beef the other day, and I've been making cheeseburgers the last couple of nights. I was lazy and didn't make my potato salad, so I bought a big tub of it. So it's cheeseburger and potato salad for dinner tonight. Thank you very much. Susan St. Louis, good to see you as well. You love the closets in the loft? Awesome. Thank you. I am so happy with how those turned out. I really like how those turned out. And the cabin is coming along great. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Matt AK, how you doing, my friend? Funny River Sunday Rush. I only saw 2 moose today on the trip in and back. The same moose, I think. No, it was a different moose. There was one down by the golf course, and then there was one just past the airport, or right by the airport there, a little one. But yeah, rush hour wasn't too bad this morning. Jill, thank you for joining me today. Awesome to have you here as well. Nanny Goat Acres, glad you could make it. Carol L, awesome to see you today. Leslie Lindsay, awesome you could be here today. Angie, how we doing? How are you doing? And how is work? Because I avoided it like the plague this weekend. Good to see you, Ange. I love the pictures of Beamer going crazy for the ball out in the snow. That was awesome. That was very awesome. Built on the Rock Homestead, good to see you today. Glad you could make it. I'm sipping on a cup of tea here too, folks, while I'm in my tea glass that my daughter gave me. Daddy-O and Cody-O. I've called her Cody-O forever. Her middle name is Cody, so, you know, last initial O, Cody-O. Everybody here. Philip, good to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it. I'm scrolling through and trying to make sure I say hello to everybody. So if I say hello to you twice, then you just get 2 of them. Junior, glad you can make it. Awesome to have you here today. You know, I can't wait to see what you do with your garden this year, Junior. I'm still looking at, I don't know, 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet of snow. At least 2 feet of snow on the garden area. So I'm a ways away. But I do want to start seeds this week. I really want to start seeds this week. Ginger Mast, glad you can make it. Awesome to have you here. 64. Oh, my gosh. That would be awesome. 64 would be good and bad right now because we would have flooding everywhere if we got that warm. Marion Brown, glad you can make it today. Awesome to have you here. Or Deep South Alabama. What's happening, my friend? Good to see you. 70s in Missouri. Awesome. Very awesome. Jill, hello. I think I might have said hello already, but I'll say hello again. Doesn't matter. Bill at Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Cindy, glad you can make it. Waving back at you. Yvonne Sebastian, happy Easter to you. Glad you can make it today. Junior, as you get older, you fall apart. This is truth. This is true. Michael Nave, glad you could make it, Michael. Awesome to see you here today, brother. 49 outside of Algonquin Park near South River. You guys are warming up. You guys are warming up a lot faster than I am. I know that I was watching. I mean, I obviously I create YouTube videos, but I also watch YouTube videos, and it's pretty funny because I was watching Sean James' video this week, and he's had such a melt there. It's crazy. I mean, he's had so much melt already, and we have had none. And then just before I went live today, I was watching Simple Living Alaska because they're moving. Eric and Ariel bought a place, and they're moving into their new place. And they have a ton of snow. My gosh. I mean, we've got so much more snow here than, most of our neighbors east of us. It's crazy. Ward, just talked to the wife, and yes, we need them. After the live is over, I will go out and I will harvest some eggs, but I got to run over to Brother Will's and get a shower and get cleaned up and get rid of this again. Liz Weekly, good to see you, Liz. Glad you can make it today. Audio video is slightly slow, but good overall. Okay, well, hopefully, we're getting to that time now where we're starting to get more and more people here, and I've noticed that my cell phone signal has been constantly weaker and weaker. Part of that could be storms that we're having because we've been having a lot of storms, but I think that we're getting close to the cusp of being able to do these. I'm sure I got a couple of more weeks left in me. Phillips has loud and clear on his end. Good. Okay. Awesome. Built on the Rock Homestead. Ate a burger and a ton more delicious food at friend house after church. Lots of people invited. Lots of fun stuff. Nice. See, that's nice. That's a nice way to spend Easter. Curmudgeon saw about 5 moose heading back from Wasilla to Talkeetna to catch the train yesterday. Okay, cool. Matt, drove down to Arizona this week. Got your first sunburn of the season. I'm not looking forward to that one. The hat will be on and will probably not come off because the top of my head, obviously, burns drastically. So we're going to make sure that it's pretty much hat season for the rest of the year. It's always hat season up there, though, it seems like. That's crazy. My house is noisy. A duckling, 7 goslings, and 10 chicks in your house. Duck and 2 chicks are moving outside tomorrow. That's nuts, man. Scotty at Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. How you doing, brother? Do I look bluish? I don't know. But it could be the light. Could be the lighting. Let me turn it here a little bit more and see. No, I mean, I have color in my skin. My hands don't look bluish, I don't think. Howie at Food Forest Permaculture. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it today. Philip, love your cabin work. Love the wood you're using inside on the. That wood is so beautiful. That's blue stain pine for anybody who didn't catch that in the videos, and it is gorgeous stuff. The latest project that I did, and I just finished it up yesterday. It'll be next week's video. I used the same type of wood, a tongue and groove, but I used the standard non-blue stain pine tongue and groove. So just regular premium tongue and groove pine, and it really turned out well too. But I'm after a lot of. I'm trying to think of what the word would be here. And somebody will type it in here and I'll see it as I get down the road. So I'm looking at looking to try and have a lot of conflict, I guess we'll call it that, where this is one thing and this is so different that it causes it to pop out and really look awesome. And I think that would work really, really well. I am bluish. I might have messed with a setting here. Oh, well, we're just going to go with it. You can call me Papa Smurf, I guess, because I've got the whole gray coming in here. Yeah, Scotty, you're another example, right? Just last week, you had posted, it was just massive snow in your back deck. And then I saw a picture the other day where your backyard is almost completely clear. Awesome. Very cool. Right? Yeah, I think that's where a lot of us are at. Garden's still on hold because it's too cold. I'm kind of nervous about starting plants because I don't know when this is all going to melt. But if you look down below here, at the bottom of the screen, I have a little ticker that I kind of update every time we go live. We are kind of in full breakup mode right now. I'm seeing a lot of dirt road popping its head through now. The long range forecast, though, does show temperatures in the 50s coming up. And when that happens, this melts fast. I mean, it's melting fast now, but it could be gone in a couple of days. We could have massive open land, and I love that. I'm looking forward to that. You still got, wow, yeah, you still got 5 feet on the ground. Wow, crazy. Lipstick Lodge is starting her seeds tomorrow. Very awesome. Very cool. I'm jealous. I'm going to start some seeds this week. Now that I got this one project done, I've got a bunch of maintenance projects that I have to do this week. So you guys are going to get stuck with one of those videos. But they need to get done, and it's all part of living how I live, where I live in Alaska. But part of that will be seed starting over on top of the project that I got done this week. I'm pretty happy about that. I've been you guys, if you watched last week's video, you know what I was talking about. And what this next one is probably going to be about. But I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. Right? Yeah. So Junior, you were watching it too. They got a nice tractor. Man, those guys get some crazy toys. And they've only been up here. When I was watching this video, they've only been up here now for what, 4 years, 4.5 years? So 5 years ago, they mentioned in that video, 5 years ago, they were still in Oregon. Leslie, it's 65 here and mud season has arrived. Nice. Scotty did an Easter brisket. For those of you not familiar with Scotty's Backyard Barbecue, the man can grill. The man can grill. And you got to check out Scotty. Make sure you share your channel, but you got to check him out because he does some great stuff. Do me a favor too, Scotty, if you would share out a couple of the other channels that are in here. I would greatly appreciate that. I think you're the only person I have in here that's modding right now. Yes, I look bluish. I wonder if it's maybe the hat. Tell me, do I look bluish now? Because I'm wearing this. I'll take that off, and we'll see when I get down further in the comments. That was Liz's comment. Said I look bluish. All right, Cecilia, good to see you. Glad you could make it today. Awesome to have you here. Ray Davis, happy Easter to you as well, my friend. Good to see you. Junior was in the yard today, landscaping, planted daffodils and tulips. Sent you pics of it on Instagram. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. I don't use Instagram as much as I probably should. I've started using it a bit more. There's just too many social medias, right? But I will definitely check that out. And I have some bulbs that I picked up last year that I planned on planting, and I never did. So hopefully this year I'll get those planted as soon as the ground decides to show itself and warm up enough for me to get them in there. See, I would like to see some of the blue stain spruce. That would be pretty stuff. That would be, I don't know. I'm cutting a bunch of trees down on my property this year that have all been affected drastically by the bark beetle. They're dead. So it would be interesting to see what the inside of that wood looks like. I might have to try and do some stuff with that. That would be fun. Scotty, turn it into a blueberry. This, I don't know. I don't know what causes it. Looks fine to me. Junior, okay, Papa Smirk. Deborah Thacker, glad you could make it today. You're catching alive. That's nice. Awesome, right? You made it. Everybody, I probably opened up the can of worms on that Smurf one, didn't I? Nice. Jerry, Canadian, good to see you, my friend. Happy Easter to you as well. Spend time with your family. Just because it's Easter and I'm live doesn't mean you guys got to hang out. By all means, if you got family over, do what you got to do. I greatly appreciate you popping in and saying hi anyway. Well, there we go. There's a topic to talk about. So yesterday morning, and then I'll talk about this morning, but yesterday morning, it was 6 degrees here. It was still cold. So we're still getting some cold mornings, which was nice because I needed to freeze a couple of jugs of water for the makeshift refrigerator / ice chest that I have over here because I don't want to buy ice. And then we had snow on and off all day yesterday, but nothing really stuck, nothing really built up. And then this morning when I got up, it was 9. So it was a bit warmer. Right now we're at what, 23, it looks like, for the temperature up there. And, started at 9 degrees, but it was kind of clear. But it looks like it's going to cloud over today. And we got a chance of snow later on today too, but none of it's going to stick. From this point forward, it's going to fall and it's going to be gone the minute the sun hits it. Rebel Canners, glad you can make it. Awesome to see you here today. Happy Easter to you and yours. Yeah, I could use that tractor. They got it. Was looking. It was a neat tractor. I liked it. I don't know if they have it available. I mean, the plow is awesome, but can you imagine that tractor with a snowblower attachment? Oh, man, you can clear a lot of snow with that. And that's a big piece of property that they've got. I haven't watched them as much lately in the past, or more recently as I have in the past, and I got to kind of get caught up on it. or I'll just jump in now and enjoy the rest of the ride. But I don't know how big their piece of property is, but they have much more than they had at the last place, it looks like. Potatoes and a spicy pork. I do pork chops at least once a week. I love pork chops. I love pork chops. The SLA driving video to get the tractor, maybe antsy to get on the road. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the video where they went down and got the tractor. Like I said, I haven't been following them as closely as I used to. But I've been busy. I mean, you get so busy, you can't spend as much time watching them as possible. And so my routine here, like I'll give you an example of yesterday, is I had to run to town and pick up a couple of pieces of wood, as usual, Sean miscounted, to have enough lumber to finish what I was doing yesterday. And then had to stop for an ice cream cone. And then when I got back, I finished that project. I was cleaning up. I grilled a cheeseburger. I had the generator running because I was running power tools and I was topping off the battery. And then, it started to get dark as I was having dinner, and I just wanted to watch a movie. I just wanted to veg out. So I've got a membership to Amazon Prime, so I can watch movies on there. And then my cell phone plan has Disney, so I can watch a Disney movie if I want. And I'm guilty of watching Disney movies on occasion. But I usually just watch a generic movie, and then I'll listen to some audiobook, probably while I'm having the last cup of tea in the evening, and then head to bed. Once I climb in bed, the only thing I'm doing at that point is probably listening to an audiobook because I can set a timer for 10 minutes, but that's about it. Other than that, I'm done. I'm listening to the wind. I'm looking out the window, at the head of the bed. And, it's a pretty busy day for me on a general basis. Miss Karen, happy Easter to you and your family. Glad you can make it. It's the light. Probably is. It's probably good. 80 degree, huh? Holy smokes, Ray. Crazy. Greg, man, glad you can make it. Awesome to have you here. Soil needs to warm up to grow plants. Also need warm nights too. That's true. But what's nice here is that, as the snow melts and things warm up, we have so much sunlight. So right now, we have about 14 hours of sunlight a day. So the sun, it doesn't really get dark here now until after 9 p.m. And because we have so much sunlight, the cold parts of the nights get shorter and shorter and shorter. So usually, I want to say late May, early June, our ground is safe and we can do whatever we want to it. We have a really, really short growing season, but because of the massive sunlight that we have, the plants do phenomenally well. Certain plants do phenomenally well. Tomatoes pretty much have to be grown in a hothouse or a greenhouse because tomatoes need that warmer temperature to pollinate and set fruit. But a lot of stuff can be grown outside. I'm gonna have fun with it this year. I really am. John Fennery, welcome. Glad to have you, or Feeney, glad to have you here today. Why did I not return to Fairbanks when I returned to Alaska versus my current location? So, I've done the Fairbanks, the interior thing, and I love the interior. And I'm not saying that I'm probably not going to look at a piece of property and a build in the interior down the road. But I wanted to be closer to the coast because I wanted to be near the fishing, and I wanted to be in a warmer climate. And it's quite a bit nicer down here, temperature-wise, in the winter than it is there. It's brutal there, and that's probably the only. Well, that and my buddy Will was here. Brother Will, I refer to him as all the time. So I knew I could park my RV, my motorhome, on the back of his property because I talked to him beforehand. And then it turned out I ended up buying this piece of property from him. But I wanted something in a milder climate, and this is like the mildest climate I could have and still be Alaska. When you get down into the Inside Passage, Ketchikan, Juneau, that area, it feels more like the Pacific Northwest than it feels like Alaska to me. So that's why I picked this area. But more than likely, I'm already thinking that it would be nice to get a place up north and have a cabin build up there as well. So we'll see. We will see. That's why. That makes no difference. I'm just blue for Easter. Okay, I'll put it on then so that we don't have the glare. Oh. The blue is coming from the front windows. I don't know. That would be hiding the front windows. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Kristen Grounds, happy Easter to you. Glad you can make it today. Happy Easter to Steve as well. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely send me some pictures because I'd love to see what that wood looks like when it's done. Kathy, welcome. Glad you can make it today. You're just a little colored for Easter. Nice, nice. Angie, Beauty Kill Spruce is killer. You'll love it. I have some pics from the cabinet building with the. Definitely bring the pics in. I want to see them, Angie. For those that don't know, Angie and I work together. She's my boss at work. So yeah, definitely bring them to work. I would love to see it. Louise, good to see you. Happy Easter to you. From Mississauga, Ontario. I hope I said that right. Or Mississauga? There we go. Maybe I got it right on the second one. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. Happy Easter to you as well. You're still snowpacked. We are too. We are too. Oh, you're at 10C, so no snow this time of year. Okay. 10C is well above freezing. 0C is 32 Fahrenheit for my American brethren. Wendy Benjamin, glad you could make it. Awesome to see you here today. Happy Easter to you. Karen, thank you very much for that. Somebody always suggests it. Whenever they do, I explain what that means. So if you hit that thumbs up, that like button, it tells YouTube that the people that are watching it are enjoying themselves, and YouTube says, let's suggest this to other people. So whenever you do it on a video, whenever you do it on my lives, it's always a benefit, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for that, Karen. I do not need to clear snow. I need the bucket, hoe, mower, and a few other attachments like a brush hog. Okay, Oliver piped in. They've got around 40 acres. I thought that was a big piece of property. I'm looking forward to see what they do this year, but I'm thinking that there might not be a garden this year, only because, and I could be wrong, because the first garden that they built, they built the high tunnel and put that garden in that year. But it'll be interesting to see how much they get done this year. It'll be really interesting. It's going to be busy. Those guys, those two, first of all, they're super nice people because I've left comments a million times on their videos, and it seems like they always find a way to comment back. And I try and do that as well, but I have a much smaller audience than they do, and the fact that they can just is super, super awesome to me. But there is no moss growing under their feet. They work their tails off. They get so much done, and they get out and enjoy themselves so much. I am super jealous of their lifestyle. God, I wish I could do that because I have to go to work every day, and I have a job, and I do YouTube. YouTube is their job, and nothing. I just am so amazed by how much I always hope that someday I'll be out fishing and run into them because I would love to say hello to them both because they seem like super cool people. Yeah, right. Curmudgeon had Disney Plus. They have. I like some of the older Disney movies, obviously, because they're classics and I'm older. But they've got the Marvel universe. They've got all that stuff too. So when I just want eye candy, action packed, then I could just go there and watch an action movie. I think I've seen Captain America like 20 times. Morton from Norway. Happy Easter to you. Glad to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it. Philip wants to know what kind of work I do. Since I mentioned work, I manage the dairy department in my local grocery store here in town. One of the local grocery stores in town. So I've been in retail on and off for a great part of my life, and retail grocery in particular. But I'm also a professional baker, and I've owned bakeries by trade. So I guess that would be my trade. But for a job, I work in the local grocery store. Awesome shift, awesome department to be in, great people to work with. I've got a ton of neat people that I work with every single day, and it makes the job a lot of fun, a lot more fun than work, if I could say that and make it understood. Madhunanda, glad to see you. Awesome you can make it today. And I almost missed this. Junior, thank you very much, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. You didn't have to do that, but I greatly appreciate it. Sunshine, you're late. You just got home from washing the car. It is now officially your fault if it rains. Well, I mean, the car's going to be a mess in another week driving on the roads anyway. But I kind of hold off washing the truck until May. They did. They bought a Bronson tractor. It's pretty awesome. I've never heard of that brand before, but it looks like a beast. And the other half of Sunshine, Warren, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Too cold in Fairbanks? Scotty. We're not watching Willy Wonka, Scotty. If I get too much bluer, you'll have to squeeze them. It's not going to be. I'm not turning into a giant. I'm not Violet Beauregard here, buddy. If you go north, build a cabin in or next to any bull moose game area. Okay, I don't know why, but one of the areas that I've always been fascinated by, and I think is just absolutely beautiful, is Glen Allen. So that's an area that down the road I may look at. It won't be this year. Probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't be next year unless I really ran into a heck of a deal. But I would like to do something where I build an actual cabin. I mean, this is a cabin, but it's when I'm done, it's going to be more of a house than anything, which I really like. But I would love to have a place too that's just wilderness all around me. And I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? Chris P, glad you can make it. Happy Easter to you. Awesome to see you today. Todd, that's what I was thinking, the LED lights. But this is the first time. I mean, I usually run these lights all the time. I'm going to turn them off. Hang on. And see if, in fact, that changes the color. Or if I've messed up a setting in here. But I usually use those lights all the time, and I never have an issue. So this is the first time anybody said it looked blue. Living a rogue life. How are you? And happy Easter to you. Glad you can make it today. Oh, it's 21 at your place now? It seems like we all kind of warm up at the same time as far as, you know, South Central. And then when you get the interior, they're still just bitter cold. $18C in South Carolina right now. Yeah, I don't know what the C is. I'm in Alaska. We still use F here. I'm going to guess that you're probably around, what, 55 maybe? No, it's got to be warmer than that. It's probably closer to 75. Oh, okay, Matt. They already said they won't have a garden this year. That's going to drive Ariel crazy because she is just such a green thumb. But they're building that huge Quonset hut. It's going to be, I think that it's amazing what those two have done up here. It's just amazing. Little homestead by the beach. Glad you can make it today. Awesome to have you here. Happy Easter to you. The SLA video made me want to take a nap. Crazy thing to do, but fun to watch. I don't even know what we're talking about, Ray. I'm going to have to go check it out now. Now you guys got me wondering what's going on. I've run into Simple Living Alaska twice. Very nice couple. Okay, very cool. Curmudgeon, I did not know you were a baker, Sean, in Alaska. I grew up spending a lot of time in my grandfather's bakery. I love baking still. I bring bread and Bush City buns to the train crew all the time. Oh, that's awesome, man. So I grew up, my dad was a baker and owned bakeries. So I grew up working in the bakery. And my brothers and I all started out as donut makers, so scratch donut makers. And then as we got older, my dad put us on the bench and we learned how to bake. I actually got to the point where I was more of a baker than my father ever was because he did certain things at certain times of the year. And I did baking most of that stuff year round. I got into scratch bread making where we used a lot of mixes and we did some scratch. I got into more traditional baking than what he did. And I love it. I enjoy the heck out of it. I bought donut equipment from a donut shop that closed down here on the Kenai Peninsula that's pretty famous to most Alaskans. And I bought some of their equipment. I have enough equipment now to open a donut shop, but I just don't want to because if I open a donut shop, I'm working nights again, and I don't want to work nights. I work nights most of my life. I do not want to get back into that again. So I don't know. We'll see down the road, but I enjoy the work. I used to tell people all the time that I take flour, water, eggs, butter, and I put smiles on people's face. That was my job. And it was so awesome. Thomas Fry, good to see you, my friend. Happy Easter to you. Glad you can make it today. Angie, at this rate, we are going to have snow until May, Angie. Unless we get a big melt, which we really don't want because then we'll have flooding everywhere, I think we're going to have snow on the ground till May. Mike and Angie at Me and You Acres, how are you guys doing? Awesome to see you today. Happy Easter to you. I loved your live with Wilderstead the other night. It was super awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Mike and Angie at Me and You Acres, you guys need to because they're super neat people. And they have an affinity for blankets. And That's an inside joke between me and them, because my answer to everything when I was living in the trailer was, you can just hang a blanket up over it. But they're super nice people, and they did a live with Wilderstead, which is another great channel about gardening and gardening needs. That if they still have up, you guys need to check that out if you're into gardening, because it was super, super informative. Kevin Wright, glad you can make it. Awesome to see you here, my friend. It's a Branson tractor. It's a Branson tractor, Greg, that Simple Living Alaska picked up. Junior, happy Easter to you, my friend. Glad you can make it. If you're still here, have a wonderful, wonderful day yourself. And it's always good to see you, man. Always good to see you. I'll check out your message on Instagram. Definitely. It's the LED reflection. Well, I assume we should get to the point, because I'm a little behind here, where I turn the light off, and you guys will tell me if I'm still blue. Okay. Built on the rock. You're now pink like you should be. Cool. I'm scrolling through, everybody's saying hi, and I'm reading all your comments and looking at all your temperatures here. Philip, thank you for joining me as always, my friend. Happy Easter to you as well. Hopefully you're still here or you heard that. If not, hopefully you'll hear it down the road, but I hope it's great for you and your family. The only thing I ate so far today, hot chocolate and chocolate cake. It could be worse, right? I cheated and got a couple of sausage McMuffins when I went into town. I usually do that when I'm doing laundry in the morning. Sean's afternoon donuts only open from 3 to 4. You got to work nights on that kind of stuff too, because that's the only way you can have fresh donuts in the morning is if you make them the night, during the night. So I've had, oh, snowing outside. Interesting. Nice. So I've had Krispy Kreme donuts. I've had them warm. They're delicious. I've had them cold. They're terrible. And that's a personal opinion for me, because they become really, really hard. But a good quality fresh donut from a donut shop, hard to beat. Really hard to beat. Nobody passed on me to take over the bakery in New Hampshire, but the shipwright business was doing. Yeah, it's tough, right? I mean, baking is a skill, but it's a passion too. But it's a hard job. There's a lot of work, and it seems like every single holiday, I was working my tail off in the bakery, because everybody wants pies and everybody wants rolls and everybody wants all the specialty holiday items. Easter, I would be going crazy making hot cross buns, and I enjoyed it. I really did, but man, I don't know that I could go back and do that again. I love baking for myself at home, and I don't mind baking for others. But to do it again as a job, man, that would be a tough thing to do. So 65. All right, Chris. Perfect. Thank you. Now I know what the 18 would be. Work days and train people to come in the evening to buy the donuts for the next day, right? I know. It's not the same, though. It's not the same. Um, and I so when I own it's hard to train somebody to do that job, because it's a thankless job. I mean, you're working your tail off, and it's not difficult, but you're working your tail off in a routine with the system all night long. But if you work nights, you have no life. I don't care what job you're doing. You have no life, because everything else in the world revolves around the daytime and not around the night people. And it's wonderful to get off of work in the morning and be able to go out and do whatever you've got to do. But, when somebody's having a barbecue, or somebody's having a party, or somebody's getting together for anything, or there's a show or a concert or something, the movie theater doesn't open up until you're ready to go to bed. It's a tough life. It's a tough life. Right? The only place for blankets now, Mike and Angie, are on the bed. That's the only place they believe. Maybe one or two on the couch, just in case, you want to snuggle up on that. If I cheer up some, yeah, because I am such a sad, sad person. Deborah's asking, is there benches and table? My next project, and what is your plan after that? So there are benches. There's no table yet. I'll build a table down the road here. I'm not really in a hurry to build the table. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, so after this next video on the project that I did in front of the windows, you're probably going to see me doing just a bunch of cleanup stuff here on the property, getting everything ready for the next stage. So as the snow melts fast, I want to get the porch built on the front of the cabin. I want to get that done, get some stairs down as soon as we get to raw ground, and I can set it properly. So that's going to be a big push to get that done. I need to get the garden built. It's going to be a busy, busy year, but it's all going to depend on when this white stuff goes away. Bird Dog, happy Easter to you, my friend, as well. Glad you can make it today. 70 by midweek in northern Minnesota. Nice, nice. I did, and you're killing me. I just wanted to grab butter and just eat it all. Al, what's happening, my friend? The man on the street. Good to see you as always, my friend. Happy Easter to you and your family. I like that. I like retirement and doing my YouTube videos more than working. You know what? I really look forward to the day that all I have to worry about is YouTube because I don't have to go to a job anymore. And I'll be 61 this year. But when I retire, it'll be because I want to. It won't be because, it's time. I can see myself working for quite a while still because I enjoy going to work. But I enjoy doing what I'm doing and I love making the videos and sharing them. I love that. Jonathan, baking it is, right? And I love doing it too because when it comes out right, it's awesome. It is so beautiful. I love working at a bakery. Nothing beats the apple turnover, right? Oh, yeah, that's yummy. That's yummy right there. Or I would pull a loaf of bread out of the oven, let it cool down just a little bit because you don't want to cut into it when it's hot. Hot bread's not that good. And then I would split it down the middle and I'd throw cream cheese and avocado into the middle of that thing. Whoa, what a sandwich. God, it was so good. So good. Bagels, right? I've never made bagels. That's something I would like to do here. Once I get the kitchen put in, that is something I would definitely like to learn how to do is make bagels. Scotty's had Sean's donuts. They're yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I saw that, Todd. I just looked out the window and went, what's that white stuff? It's Todd's fault. It's Todd's fault that it's still snowing, everybody. Lipstick Lodge. I use the F. I'm old school. She's talking about Fahrenheit here. Thank you very much for that, Liz. Greatly appreciated. I can't even see. So I use I don't stream right off of YouTube, even though you're watching it on YouTube. I use like right up there. See that little logo right there? I use StreamYard because by using StreamYard, I can click on Liz's comment and everybody on the screen, everybody that's watching the live can see it. So I can't see how many thumbs up or anything that I have. I can see over here on the top part for me how long I've been alive and then how many people are in here right now. And it says 66. But that's about all the information I get on that. Lindsay Sam, it's good to see you, my friend. Happy Easter to you. Awesome to have you here. I've been good. I hope you've been well. It's almost over. Winter's almost done. As I look outside the window and see it snowing. Karen wants to know how the family and the ladies in black beauties are doing. Doing fantastic. Talked to my daughter, my youngest daughter, my granddaughter today. Talked to my oldest daughter earlier in the week. Got to call mom. I haven't talked to her in about a week or two. But she's doing good. Talked to my youngest brother. He's going to catch a ship. My youngest brother's a merchant sailor, merchant marine. So he's going to catch a ship. A couple of runs, I guess he's going to do back and forth to Alaska, which would be awesome. So I'll get to see him when he hits the port of Anchorage. But everybody's doing great. The chickens are doing fantastic. The rooster and I have had discussions again. So yesterday, he just keeps wanting when I go in there for whatever reason. I don't know if it's my legs he's trying to attack. But every time I go into the run now, he kind of gets uppity on me and wants to attack me. So yesterday, I just said enough's enough. And I reached down and grabbed him, picked him up, tucked him under my arm, and stood there with him for about 30 minutes, petting him and talking to him. And he seems better since then. But the hens are doing fantastic. I don't know what his attitude is, though. It drives me nuts. David Dave, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Snow's almost gone for you. Not for me, man. We still got a lot, but it'll be gone quick. Once it gets to moving, it gets to going, and it's out of here. And it's, as I say that, like I've said before, it's snowing outside right now, but this stuff won't stick. But we're almost there, man. We're almost there. I'm purposely skipping the other comments that are food related now because people are getting hungry. Fair to Midland, but well enough. Seven balmy degrees in Fairbanks. So that's the difference, right? So 7 is actually balmy in Fairbanks for right now, especially with us at 23. So that would give you guys an idea of the difference between South Central and the interior. Fishy, little fish in the kitchen. Happy Easter to you. Awesome to see you. Okay. That's some good donuts because I actually, at one point in my career, I worked out of Houston, and my area was Houston, Austin, and Dallas. And Voodoo Donuts is incredible. Austin has some great restaurants. Texas has some great food, crazy great food. I worked for Randall's and Tom Thumb grocery chain down there as a bakery op, which meant that I was in charge of all the other bakeries, of programs and stuff like that. And they had great bakeries, but man, Voodoo Donuts are yummy. I worked at the dairy. Throwing milk on the shelf all day is a nice, easy job. But I like anything else, right? It just takes patience and practice, and you got to have an attention to detail to make sure you're rotating everything properly. But coming from a bakery background, which was highly perishable, to that for me was super, super easy. Ward, talk to you later, brother. Have a great day and a happy Easter to you and yours. Better not wear the kilt into the chicken run. The rooster might. And you know that you say that, right? I'm actually wearing the kilt right now. And I was thinking the same thing when I was making that comment about the rooster and I. So when I get done here, I'm gonna go out to the chicken run with the kilt on and see what the Mr. Rooster has to say. Chris, have yourself a fantastic day. I know I get up at 2:30 in the morning myself, and I'm usually in bed by about 7:30. So have a great day. Have a great week, my friend. Still feet of snow here too. The plants went to daycare in the greenhouse for the first time today. They're back home now. Lindsay, not gonna lie, if I'm moving a bit farther south, I'm sick of the frozen temps. Though, you say that, right? And so Lindsay's in Fairbanks, and I'm down on the Kenai Peninsula. Um, so I'm, I mean, you can get a little further south, but you'd have to go to Homer to get there. On this side, anyway, on the drivable side of Alaska. But the summers in the interior in Fairbanks are phenomenal. Oh my God, they're so nice. Where like last summer, and you saw it as I was trying to build a cabin, it did nothing but rain all the time. It was crazy. Um, so I would love that. I would take the bitter cold for the chance of more warmth, of more sunshine. I definitely would. Wow, supposed to hit 74 on Thursday and 80 on Friday in Maine. Holy smokes. Yeah, that'll finish off the snow. That'll definitely finish off the snow. Bill, I get up at 4 a.m. for your job. I hate going to be 7 to 8 p.m. every night, right? Yeah, it's going to sleep that early at night. It's not a big deal for me. I slept in the daytime because I work nights for so long that it's pretty easy. But man, if it's hard in Alaska because it's still bright daylight, and you're doing something and you don't want to stop doing it. It gets pretty tough as far as that goes. Right? Yeah, the summers are amazing, but it's a pain. We're supposed to get to 75 here on Tuesday, then drop down to the 40s on Thursday and Friday. We call it the Utah roller coaster. In Alaska, we have a saying: if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes; it'll change. Sean, how do you go to sleep, go to bed at 7:30? Liz asks. I don't know how I do it. I've just always been able to sleep. It doesn't. I could go to sleep at. I could sleep for 15 hours, get up and have a sandwich and take a nap, or I could stay awake for 4 days. I've just never had a problem sleeping. Um, it's just an easy thing for me to do. It's just super simple. Exactly, right. You have to stop yourself to force. You have to force yourself to stop working at a certain time here, or playing or doing whatever you're doing in Alaska, because the days get so long, and you really lose track of the time. The longer days are harder for me to deal with than the shorter days, um, because the shorter days you just go to bed when it's time to go to bed, and you don't have any problem with that at all. But the longer days, you're out on the river and you're fishing, you're out cutting firewood, you're playing around the property doing something. You don't realize what time it is until you go, man, I'm really hungry. You look at your watch and you go, oh my God, it's 8 o'clock at night. I haven't even eaten. So yeah, it can be really, it can be a real pain in the neck of the longer days over the shorter days, I think. Trail Camp Pete, happy Easter. Glad to see you, my friend. Awesome to have you here. Karen, you missed that. I'm doing cheeseburgers again. So I'm going to do cheeseburger, potato salad, even though it's snowing. I might have to cook it on the skillet, though. But definitely doing the cheeseburger and potato salad for dinner tonight. Lindsay Samus, blackout curtains help in the summer. And I used those, but I don't have any curtains on the windows upstairs yet. I don't have any curtains on any of my windows here. I don't even have a blanket hanging on anything in here. So it really hasn't been an issue, but it does make it a lot easier when the sun's not beating. But I like opening my eyes when I wake up a couple of times during the night, or my alarm goes off and I reach over and turn my alarm off on my cell phone, and I look out that window and it's just so beautiful. So I really don't want anything on there yet, but I'll have something on there before next winter. That's for sure. Countryside Acres Homestead. Happy Easter to you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope the kids are doing fantastic. I love the April Fool's joke that was played on Aaron. That was super awesome. He took it like a champion. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go follow Countryside Acres Homestead. Wonderful, wonderful people, and quite the character, Anissa. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, Scotty's the same way, right? You're in bed at 7:30, up at 2:30, out the door at 3 a.m. That's me, hopefully, usually, sometimes. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to make the coffee. And you got a great point there, right, Matt? If you work hard enough, you can sleep anywhere, and that's me too. And I don't have a lot of stress in my life. So when I say it's time for bed, I just go to bed, and I have happy dreams all night. I'm not really stressed out by anything, which is super, super awesome. I'm watching the Masters, which is in Augusta, Georgia. Some of the players were wearing toques yesterday and today. Toques, wow. At 49 degrees? Man, that's probably the only time I don't have a hat on, because it's super, super comfortable. Joe Montano, I've worked second and third shift most of your adult life. Okay, so Joe. You understand. She got you good. Aaron, when she did that, at first I was like, are you kidding me? Because I was taken in too. And then I realized that it was kind of that it was the whole April Fool's thing. And the look on your face was like, okay then. That was fantastic, man. That was fantastic. Lindsay Salmons, welcome, my friend. Awesome to have you here as a member. I greatly appreciate that. I don't really do enough for members, and I need to start doing more. But for those interested, I do have memberships available on the channel. I think there's a link below in the show notes. I know there will be in most of the videos, and I was posting one on here as well, but I don't. It's just a way people can show a little bit more support to the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Troy, my friend, happy Easter to you from Pipestream, West Virginia. Awesome to have you here today. Right. Lindsay, if it hits 30, I'm out in shorts and a t-shirt. It was 19 degrees when I drove into town this morning to go do laundry. And I walked into the laundromat wearing a kilt, and there was a bunch of people that were not locals that kind of took a double take and looked at me like, what's this guy wearing? But I'm in full kilt mode again. And I'm pretty happy to be in kilt mode again. Ray Davis, happy Easter to you, my friend. Go mow the yard. Have yourself a great day today. I'm not going to mow the snow myself. I'm just going to let it do its thing. We got about 7 minutes left, folks. So if anybody's got any burning questions, now's a good time to ask them so that I can answer before we go. If not, we can just sit here and chat for a bit more. I don't have a problem with that at all. Like I told you, the lives will probably go on hiatus, maybe second week of May. And that's mainly just because of bandwidth for me, because I don't have Starlink. Starlink's been having some issues up here lately. I'm glad I haven't jumped right on top of that bandwagon yet. But I don't have Starlink yet, and there's some other internet options I have that I'm not really interested in. I do all of this off my hotspot on my cell phone. So I get too busy anyway from about mid-May until fall. So it'll just be videos from that point forward until I can get back on again. But we still have a couple of weeks left to go as far as that's concerned. You got the wind there today, Kermudge? We had a lot of wind the last couple of weeks. I've had a little bit of a breeze going the last couple of days, but yesterday was gorgeous. I mean, once the snow stopped and the sun came out, it was absolutely beautiful with no wind or anything here. It was fantastic. Louise, I am on the Kenai Peninsula. So Louise wants to know where I'm at in Alaska. I'm on the Kenai Peninsula, and I'm just outside of the town of Soldotna. So I'm south of Anchorage, but on the road system on the main part of Alaska. So if you look on a map and you find Homer, Alaska, and you just look up the road as you're going to go up from Homer to Anchorage, you'll see Soldotna. And I'm just outside of there in the community of Funny River. Matt in Alaska wants to know what the best source of local online news is for the peninsula. I'll be honest, Matt, I don't watch the news. I don't listen to the news. I have no need for any of it. And since I quit doing that, I have had a much happier life. If you want to know about local news, you could find that out in pretty much any local coffee shop or any local Facebook page. KDLL is our local public radio station up here. So you'll have to look it up. I don't remember off the top. 92.9 FM, I think it is. And they have a Facebook page, and they'll post some local news stories on there that I'll catch on occasion. But I really don't watch the news. Most of it's bad, and I have no time for that in my life. Really, there's two guys that wear kilts at work. I love wearing it, man. I love wearing the kilt. If I could wear it to work, I would wear it to work. I have. With my previous boss, I've popped in the store to pick something up on a Saturday, and they were rocking middle of July type of deal. And he just said, "Hey, could you work for a couple of hours?" And I looked at him and went, "Dude, I'm wearing a hoodie and a kilt." He said, "I don't care." So that's the only time I've never punched in on the clock intentionally wearing the kilt. But I would wear it to work if they would let me. Not a problem at all. Kermudge, Starlink is about the only satellite service you can get without paying them $900 to install. I don't know if you've got it or not, but let me know, because I belong to the local Starlink in Alaska Facebook page, and man, it's they've been having some issues lately. From what I've seen, they've been having some major issues, and I think it's because there's not enough satellites yet in this region for everybody that all of a sudden signed up once they realized it. So what I was seeing from the comments were, it was doing fantastic, and I see Angie's leaving. Angie, I'll see you at work. Have a great day. Have fun with Beamer. I saw they had great speed, and then everybody started signing up, and it's really been an issue lately. But even their issue speeds are faster than what I generally get off my cell phone. So maybe someday for me, but not right away. Lindsay, I've been using GCI Internet's not bad, but man, it gets obnoxious dealing with their customer service. That's everything I've heard about locally. GCI is not a customer service company at all. And to me, that's really, really important. I deal with Verizon on my phone, and every time I've ever had a problem, we don't have a Verizon store down here. I just pick up the phone and call them, problem solved. And then if I'm anywhere where there is Verizon, it doesn't make any difference whether I'm in Alaska or any other state. Problem solved immediately. I really like their service. Okay, you don't have Starlink yet. Okay, cool. Matt, Starlink should get a lot better as they fill out their shell number 2. That's what I'm hearing right now too, is that they've got more launches to go, and it's just going to get better. And it's going to be the future of the internet here in Alaska. I am very sure about that. Maybe not in the cities where they can just plug in, but for all of us folks that live off grid or outside of the major areas, it's going to be a huge deal. Where are you? Where am I in Funny River? I'm not far from Funny River. I'm not far from the Kenai River. That's about as close as we'll get there. But if you want to know, message me and I'll tell you exactly where I'm at, man. Yeah, okay. The radio is the best. KDLL and KSMR. KSMR is local. I drive by them all the time when I go to and actually KDLL is local too. So you're going to get great news from both of us. Liz Weekly, have yourself a fantastic week. Have a wonderful rest of your Easter day. We shall see you again soon, hopefully. Oliver Jackson, horrible week weather-wise. One day rain all day. Man, Texas has some weird weather. But Texas is like Alaska. They're so big that it could be terrible in one part of the state, beautiful in the next, and in another part of the state. And it could take you days, it could take you a day to drive through that place, depending on where you're going. It's huge. Hope Free Alaska channel uses Sterling. She says it's good for them. Okay, cool. And it's like anybody else, right? Good and bad reviews depending on your personal service. So reviews are based on personal experience more than anything else. I want to get through the rest of these comments before I leave here, folks, but we're getting down towards the end. Kenai Caster, glad to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it. Happy Easter to you. Can't get into your mobile home yet. Hope it melts faster. Still cold. You got Spit Spot. Spit Spot, I would love to get, but I can't get them out here because I've had really good experience with them in town at hockey games. So Spit Spots is awesome. And Sunshine has just described the weather in Kenai 99.9% of the year. It's sunny in Kenai, but the wind. Drives me nuts. So Satellite used to install them on boats and could do them myself, but they refuse to sell. Do you see? That's nuts. Crazy. And you guys have KTNA for radio, right? They still do Denali Echoes. Awesome. That is very, very cool. Definitely, Bill. Next time you're headed down this way, let me know and we'll get together. Yeah, definitely. Lindsay Salmons, I'm looking at 20 acres in the lake in Peninsula Borough for $75K. I should know later tonight. Awesome. Very good, man. Thoughts are with you. I hope so. Hope so. All right, guys, we're down towards the end. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. But more importantly, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Easter. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I am Sean in Alaska. And I see a couple of more comments, so we'll jump at them real quickly too. Louisiana, crazy weather. Yeah, well, next to Texas, right? Same thing, all that Gulf state stuff. Have a great week, Art. Awesome to see you, my friend. Aaron had to step off of here. Was huge news coming. Just ordered Sterlink Mobile. Awesome. Very cool, my friend. Very cool. Big man, clever man. Glad you can make it. Happy Easter. You got in at the end here. I don't have. The only experience I have in media whatsoever is I've run some. I'm a ham. Obviously, right? Because you couldn't be you couldn't do this if you weren't. I have done some radio. I actually had a gig on KDLL where I had a radio show once a week. I did online radio broadcasting for a couple of years. I enjoyed the heck out of that, and I pretty much have no fear. So yeah, that's the only thing I have. I enjoy it. I love sharing things with people. That's about it, you guys. I'm out of here. Too many things popping in. Have a great, great week. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I am Sean in Alaska. Keep watching the videos. Keep letting me know what you want to see. Let me know your thoughts on what I'm doing. If you think I'm a knucklehead, by all means, tell me I'm a knucklehead. If you got a great idea, let me know what the great idea is because I will use them. Greg's given me some wonderful comments on woodworking that I greatly appreciate it because I am complete novice, and we shall see you guys later on. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.